Imagine a country so cold that your car freezes in minutes, leaving you stranded. A place where you can't stay outside for even a minute, or where the sun doesn't rise for decades. Countries that plummet to minus 80 degrees, yet, astonishingly, people live there. Buckle up, because I'm taking you on a journey to the coldest countries on the planet, exploring their extreme temperatures and sharing curious stories of the people who call them home. Did you know that in one of these countries, it's illegal to die? Or that a single winter once killed 5 million animals? Let's dive in. Number 10. Kazakhstan. Many assume Kazakhstan is a warm country, but it's the complete opposite. Picture waking up to a bone-chilling morning with thermometers reading as low as minus 40 degrees. That's Astana, one of the coldest capitals on Earth, nestled in the heart of a vast steppe battered by relentless icy winds. Located between Europe and Asia, Kazakhstan faces one of the world's most extreme climates, where winter blankets the land in ice for much of the year. Can you imagine stepping outside for work, each breath turning into a white cloud before your face? While Astana is frigid, some regions drop to nearly minus 60 degrees. Kazakhstan is a land of contrasts. Summers can be mild in certain areas, but winter transforms the steppes into a white, frozen desert, with biting winds making the cold feel even harsher. Walking Astana's streets is a constant challenge. Exposed skin can go numb in minutes. Yet, for locals, these conditions are just part of daily life. How do they adapt? Kazakh homes rely on 24/7 central heating systems, designed with materials and insulation to trap warmth and block icy air. Diet plays a crucial role, too. Dishes like beshbarmak, a hearty meat and pasta stew, provide the calories needed to endure the cold. Hot herbal and spiced drinks are essential allies for maintaining energy. Daily life molds to these conditions. People go to work, kids attend school, and traditions persist, though checking the weather before leaving home is a must. In 2018, a group of Astana students was hospitalized after their eyelashes and eyebrows froze, preventing them from blinking. Number 9. Norway. From afar, Norway's picturesque landscapes beckon, but imagine a place where night lasts for months, and your breath freezes in the air. That's Norway, especially in areas like Svalbard, where temperatures can drop to minus 30 degrees, and the sun vanishes for long stretches. Can you picture a city lit only by house and streetlights, shrouded in near-permanent twilight? Fun fact, in Svalbard, it's illegal to die. Because bodies don't decompose in the permafrost, the terminally ill must spend their final days in the mainland capital. In northern Norway, the polar night transforms daily life. Winter darkness isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a curtain that envelops the landscape. Temperatures can plummet to minus 51 degrees, with wind chill making it feel even worse. How do Norwegians cope with conditions many would find unbearable? Homes are built with advanced thermal insulation, offering instant warmth like a cozy blanket after a day in the cold. Many cities have heated tunnels for pedestrians and drivers to move without facing snow and wind. These practical, modern solutions show how technology eases life in extreme climates. Norwegians turn the cold into an opportunity, embracing winter sports like skiing, snowboarding, and snowshoeing as cultural staples. Coastal communities practice winter fishing, using specially adapted boats to navigate icy waters for cold, thriving species. Despite the harsh climate, Norwegians celebrate the gradual return of spring light, cherishing snow-covered forests, frozen fjords, and the magical auroras, painting the sky in greens and purples. Their mindset finds beauty in simplicity, making Norway a place where nature's extremes inspire harmony. Number 8. Finland. When you think of Finland, you might picture endless forests, crystal-clear lakes, and serene nature. But there's a harsher side. Brutal winters that can plunge to minus 50 degrees in places like Kittilä. I'll share a story from there soon. Could you take a short walk when the air feels so cold it stings your chest? Obviously not. Snow blankets Finland for over half the year, and scarce daylight makes days feel endlessly gray. To combat this, homes and public spaces use artificial lighting mimicking sunlight to lift spirits and fight winter monotony. A fascinating Finnish tradition is the sauna. Imagine stepping into intense heat, starkly contrasting the icy outdoors. After a session, some brave souls dash outside or plunge into frozen lakes for an adrenaline-pumping thermal shock said to invigorate body and mind. Finns invest in advanced thermal clothing, from coats to waterproof boots, designed to trap body heat and repel moisture. Layering is like an art form, protecting the body step by step. Ever wondered how many layers are enough for a winter outing? Finnish culture stays connected to nature, even in snow. Frozen lakes become skating rinks, and ice fishing tests patience and cold endurance. Winter festivals showcase snow and ice sculptures, blending artistry with the harsh climate. Here's the story. In 2017, a 58-year-old man in northern Finland got lost in a -45-degree snowstorm while fetching firewood. Desperate, he buried himself in snow, using trapped air for insulation. Hours later, friends found him unconscious, but alive. Doctors believe his metabolism entered a hibernation-like state, allowing him to survive severe hypothermia with no lasting damage. Number 7. Mongolia. Mongolia is often mistaken for a warm country. Picture a vast land where city and nature blur into endless steppes. Sometimes animals can't eat because the ground freezes solid. I'll explain how herders cope later. Mongolia combines majestic landscapes with extreme cold, reaching -40 degrees. Ever wondered what daily life is like where seasons swing from brutal winters to mild summers? Ulaanbaatar, the capital, is one of the world's coldest cities, with thermometers staying below zero for months. But life isn't just urban. Many Mongolians maintain a nomadic lifestyle, living in yurts, circular, portable structures offering effective insulation. Can you imagine waking in a steppe, with icy winds howling around your canvas and wood shelter? Fire is a constant companion inside gyrs, heating the space and cooking meals. Locals boil milk and drink hot tea to combat the piercing cold. The Mongolian diet, rich in sheep, goat, horse meat, and dairy, provides essential energy. Nighttime temperature drops can be drastic, and fierce winds make the chill unbearable. Could you plan your day unsure if you'd need lighter clothes at noon but heavy layers by evening? Nomadic culture has mastered extreme survival, with families sharing resources and ancestral knowledge. Herders move to areas where grass withstands frost. Mongolia faces dzuds, devastating combos of summer drought and brutal winter. In 2024, a massive dzud killed nearly 5 million animals, leaving herders without livelihoods. When the ground freezes, livestock can't graze, dying of hunger or cold. Herders build shelters and stockpile hay and fermented milk for harsh months. Number 6. China. China evokes images of bustling cities, ancient culture, or the Great Wall, but it harbors a region defying typical climates. Mohe, in Heilongjiang province, has hit -53 degrees. Imagine waking to a world blanketed in snow and ice, where winter seems eternal. Mohe is China's coldest city, with frequent snowstorms complicating transport and daily life. Could you commute knowing a sudden blizzard might strand you for hours or days? Homes maximize insulation with multi-layered windows and thick walls. Heating runs full blast, using coal or modern fuels. Layered thermal clothing is a must. Ever felt your breath freeze around your scarf? Mohe's winter brings unique opportunities, like Harbin's Ice and Snow Festival, where artists craft glowing ice cities. Strolling through these ephemeral structures makes you forget the cold momentarily. Local cuisine, rich in fats and calories, fuels the body against the cold. People gather around steaming pots for comforting meals, a cultural staple. These traditions help residents endure Mohe's relentless winters. Number 5. Canada. Canada epitomizes winter, with temperatures like -63 degrees recorded in Snag, Yukon. Drinks explode on the street. I'll explain why soon. Picture snow-covered forests, frozen lakes strong enough for vehicles, and auroras dancing in the night sky. Isn't this a winter paradise? Northern regions face frequent blizzards, with winds making the cold feel worse. Cars use engine block heaters to prevent frozen fluids. Can you imagine scheduling your day around how long your car can sit outside without freezing? Cities like Montreal have underground complexes with shops, restaurants, and walkways, creating a second city where temperatures are bearable. Canadians embrace winter with hockey, a near religion, and festivals like Quebec's Winter Carnival, celebrating creativity in adversity. Ever wondered if extreme cold fosters community through shared hot drinks or fireside gatherings? Rural life respects nature, with hunting, fishing, and maple syrup production thriving. In January 2020, Winnipeg hit -50 degrees with wind chill. A supermarket left beer outside, and within minutes bottles exploded from rapid freezing, scattering glass. The lesson? Never leave drinks outside in a Canadian winter. Number 4. United States, Alaska. Alaska conjures images of vast glaciers and extreme weather, with temperatures hitting -60 degrees in remote areas. Can you imagine living where darkness lasts weeks, like in Utqiagvik, formerly Barrow, where the sun vanishes for much of winter? The polar night is a way of life, and communities find ways to stay active and avoid feeling trapped. Buildings sit on stilts to prevent permafrost melt from destabilizing structures. Ever wondered how the environment shapes construction, lifting homes off frozen ground? Ice roads connect remote towns, and vehicles need special engines and tires. Driving on frozen rivers is routine, with safety precautions. Hunting and fishing are vital, especially for native communities relying on natural resources. Long winters offer chances to practice subsistence hunting and pass down traditions. Could you navigate a vast white expanse, relying solely on local knowledge? Modern Alaska hosts ice festivals, dog sled races, and winter sports, celebrating human resilience. The aurora's green and purple curtains are a bucket list spectacle, reminding us of nature's grandeur. Alaska teaches humility, living in sync with its cycles and resources. Number 3. Greenland, Kingdom of Denmark. Greenland, the world's largest island, is mostly covered in ice, with temperatures dropping to -50 degrees. It's so extreme that some areas ban cars. I'll explain why later. Can you picture a land where white dominates, broken only by blue skies and icy reflections? About 80% of Greenland stays frozen year-round, a natural lab for climate change studies. Its dry, frigid climate forces residents to adapt with insulated homes and clothing against cutting winds and storms. Houses use diesel turbines for heating, creating cozy refuges in a barren landscape. Dog sleds and ice-breaking boats navigate coastal fjords. Could you rely on a sled to reach a store or visit family? Marine life, seals, whales, polar bears, thrives, and Inuit communities depend on hunting and fishing, respecting nature's balance. Ever wondered how deep human-nature connections run when survival hinges on harmony? In Ilulissat, where snow blankets the ground most of the year, cars were banned in 2022 due to impassable icy streets. Residents use husky-pulled sleds for errands, preserving an ancestral transport method. Number 2. Argentina, specifically Argentine Antarctica. Few associate Argentina with extreme cold, known for tango and steaks, but its Antarctic territory tests even the bravest. Bases like Esperanza face perpetual snow, hurricane-force winds, and temperatures around minus 60 degrees. Can you imagine living where light vanishes for days and cold pierces to the bone? Moving without protection is an act of courage, with winds roaring like they rise from icy abysses. Shelters maximize insulation, and high-calorie diets rich in proteins and fats fuel the body. Indoor exercise keeps people active when storms trap them inside. Life here demands teamwork, with researchers, military, and logistics staff sharing resources. It's a dream for scientific adventurers studying climate change. How do you celebrate holidays in such isolation? Penguins, seals, and other species thrive, reminding us of nature's adaptability. The Antarctic's glaciers and near-silent vastness feel otherworldly, where human presence is minimal and nature reigns supreme. Number 1. Russia. Russia is synonymous with harsh, endless winters, but Oymyakon in eastern Siberia takes cold to an unimaginable level, hitting minus 71 degrees, the coldest inhabited place on Earth. Can you fathom a place where your breath turns to ice crystals instantly? Siberia's winter is relentless, with permafrost keeping the ground frozen year-round. Buildings rest on supports to avoid melting the soil, and cars stay running to prevent frozen engines. Imagine if turning off your car meant it might never start again, leaving you stranded in a desolate landscape. Centralized heating plants pipe hot water to homes, but in remote Oymyakon, survival blends modern and ancestral practices. Diets heavy in fats and proteins, like stroganina, frozen raw fish, reindeer meat, and hot soups, sustain the body. Would you try these dishes if your survival depended on them? Residents sink with long darkness and extended winters, forging tight community bonds. Isolation fosters collaboration, and despite the harshness, music, poetry, and vibrant celebrations thrive. In urban Siberia, cities like Yakutsk and Norilsk blend modernity with icy rusticity, their neon-lit buildings contrasting omnipresent snow. The cold is part of their identity, proving human will can conquer even the deepest snows.